Hey everyone, welcome to today's Extra Time, a chance to think further on some of the thoughts and questions which this week's session may have raised for us. As always, it's up to you how long you spend on each question or reflection, and if you'd like a written copy of the question, there's a link in the comments section of this YouTube video pointing you to where you can download those from the St John's Community Church website. This week was the last in a little series we've been doing on healing. And at the top, we began by thinking about the ways in which Jesus modelled a very holistic way of living a healthy life. Luke's Gospel describing the younger, maturing Jesus as growing in wisdom and stature and in favour with God and people. I guess these qualities recall Jesus highlighting the command to love God with all of our heart, soul, mind and strength. Again, a very holistic understanding of how we might live in wholesome ways, emotionally, spiritually, mentally and physically. And so in light of that, try this question on for size to get us going. In what ways would you say either you or those closest to you have grown in recent times? Could be in any way you can imagine. And then secondly, which area of your life feels healthiest at the moment? Your emotional, spiritual, intellectual, or physical health? And what do you put this health down to? Alright, in the session we looked at an episode in Jesus' life from Mark's Gospel, chapter 6, where we're told Jesus was unable to heal many people from his hometown of Nazareth. I suggested that in his love, Jesus would have wanted to heal everybody, even though on this occasion he couldn't. And so a question springing out from this could be this one. To what extent do you agree with the statement that God would want to heal everybody? Okay, following on from this, we then looked at the idea of God being unable to do anything which went against love. And I suggested that love cannot be controlling. So again, over to you. Do you agree that love is uncontrolling? And then secondly, the Apostle Paul says in 1 Corinthians 13 verse 7, love always protects. And so what's the difference between being protective and being controlling? And then let's get to a big question. One which has exercised greater minds, probably than ours, certainly than mine, for centuries now. So don't worry if you don't come up with a definitive answer at this stage. But for me, this is a key question it will be worth us at least beginning to explore in our own way. To what extent do you think God is in control of our lives? How does this relate to our free will? And what would you say are the implications of your answers for the ways we might relate to God? Now, if we recall from that passage in Mark's Gospel, it seems that Jesus' ability to heal was hindered by something, possibly one or a number of factors on the day. These factors might include faith, but in the session I also wondered whether there are other factors which might more generally hinder God's ability to heal. We began to think about the ways in which a community's attitude, or genetics, or a physical place, a location, might help or hinder that ability. And I'm sure there are various other factors you might suggest are worth considering too. And so a final couple of questions for today. What kinds of factors, if any, would you say might be a hindrance to God's healing power being able to move? And then secondly, What might our role be in collaborating with God to bring healing to our own lives or the lives of others? All right, I appreciate that might have been a bit of a chunky one this week with some big questions to consider, so I hope you've got at least something out of it. Whether you have or not though, don't worry, because we'll be back next week with a different topic entirely, with some fresh follow-up questions. So until next time, take care, and let's get together in this virtual manner again soon. All right, bye for now.